Most restoration contractors feel like they're stuck, maybe spinning their wheels. Maybe they can't seem to get over the $1 million, $2, $3, $4 million mark, or maybe they're at $1 million or $2 or $3 million, but it doesn't feel like there's enough profit at the end of every month. That's what we'll be talking about in this video. Here's the deal. Growing a business is one thing. Grow it profitably, that's an entirely different skill. And we're gonna be talking about how can you grow a very simple restoration business that is extremely profitable. I'm talking $2 million with just a few trucks. That's what we're talking about in this video. Here's the deal. If you want a simple, profitable restoration business that you can run and not hate, this video is for you. Let's go. All right, guys, as we get started, be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button, drop a comment down below, and let me know where you're tuning in from. All right, guys, so here's one of the things I want to be able to share with you. In this video, we're going to be talking about why specifically do people tend to get stuck, okay? Scaling is not easy, and there's a lot of different things that we'll try. We'll hop from strategy to strategy, from A to B, and what happens is the business tends to grow wide instead of tall and deep, and I'm going to be talking about that in this video. So there's going to be a handful of things. The first part of the video, we're going to be talking about, why is it that people get stuck, okay? And then towards the end of the video, we're just going to talk about like the simple dream business to build, like $1 million truck. How do you get $1 million truck? Well, the best way to get $2 million is to get $2 million trucks. And some of this may sound simple, some of it may sound complex or fake. Just go through the video and listen, guys. Keep it simple. The problem is we make things too complicated and it's really not necessary. So with no further ado, this is from a coaching call. Hope you like it. Let's jump in. They're really different, but there's a lot of elements that are really the same. A business is a lot like a marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like you're going to get out of one, you're going to get into another one, and one's going to be different than the other. But at the end of the day, the problems that you have in business A ultimately show up in business B. There are limitations, right? Like our inability to correct the issue eventually shows up again. Now, I will give you this. Some marriages, you'll last longer. Some businesses will last longer. Some businesses will make more money, okay? The ceiling may be higher in restoration than it is in a handyman business. This is obvious, okay? Well, maybe it's not obvious for some people, but it should be obvious. Like water damage restoration is a much better vehicle than traditional contracting, if you will, if you know how to do what you're doing, okay? But that being said, if you're not able to master the problem of standing out, and like what I've tell you guys all the time, problem one, critical mass. Problem two, or phase one, critical mass. Phase two, master a single channel of acquisition. And if you don't master a single channel of acquisition, here's what happens. You go straight from phase one to phase three, and phase three is scaling, all right? And so most businesses, I feel like I'm about to preach here. I'm about to ask for an amen. Most businesses will go straight from getting the thing off the ground to trying to scale it, and they don't master a channel of acquisition, and then they don't simplify the business. They just start bloating it. They bloat it. And what happens is they get very wide. They don't go very deep, okay? The problem is that works for a while. That's just like the ceiling in your business, right? You can't break that ceiling because the tree's not tall enough. It doesn't go deep enough, okay? You've got this short, fat, stubby tree, and it's getting as much light as it can, okay? But it's still not as tall as it needs to be. And if you don't master channel of acquisition, guys, you simply don't know how to get it bigger. You don't know how to get it taller. You don't know how to get deeper. You've made it bigger. And what happens is when you go wide, you're going to get as big as you can get doing all that you can do. And at some point, you can't get any bigger. You can't make any more money. Does that make sense? This is going to be a pop quiz. Who wants to guess what happens once you guys take it as far as you can get it without mastering a channel of acquisition? Okay. You've already gotten as much work as you can from the one or two plumbers you know, from the one or two agents you know, the one or two adjusters you know. BNI is giving you everything you can. You're pumping 20,000, or none of you guys would pump 20 grand into Google AdWords. I wish you would, but maybe some of you are pumping 10 grand. At some point, you're going to pump, because if you pump 2 grand into Google AdWords, it's going to produce something. You pump 5 grand, it's probably going to produce twice as much, guys. Okay. If you pump 10 grand, there's a good chance that you'll get twice as much at 10 than you get at 5. But that doesn't scale infinitely. At some point, You can put $1 million into Google and they'll probably take your money, and you're not going to keep getting more return. Does that make sense? It's going to do what it's going to do, baby. And that's what it's going to do. Okay. So everything caps, everything produces. Once you reach that point, did you guys know that restoration contractors have one more option in their bag? Does anybody want to guess what y'all do? I know what we're going to do. We're going to offer more services. We should get into construction. We should get into roofing. We should get into contents. Yep. We should get into Uber. We should open some commercial house. Like, you start adding things left and right of the business. And why? Because you want more revenue, but you never mastered the things that you're already doing. Does that make sense? Hey guys, real quick, in case you didn't know, I help people just like you grow and scale your water damage restoration business. If you are interested in me helping you grow and scale your company, go to workwithshane.com. We hop on a 15-minute call to see if we're a good fit. Workwithshane.com. Now, let's go back to the video. But it just goes back to, like, if you don't master a channel of acquisition, specifically plumbers, then you don't know how to get more revenue at will. There's not a direct lever in business that you can do to get more, okay? Your network's going to produce what it produces. The agents will give you what you, but the one magic superpower you should get is learning how to create a lever and pull that lever to get more. And plumbers is the best thing that I could find. I mean, if there was something better, I would promise you I would build something around it. Okay. I would build something around it. But plumbers is it. And that's why I want everybody to be here. Okay. But the cautionary tale is just this. If you try to scale it without mastering a single channel of acquisition, you're going to go wide, not deep. That's a bad thing. And when you go wide, you're getting less profitable with every other thing that you do. If you just think of an org chart, every job type, have y'all ever noticed we call those verticals? You ever heard that? It's a different vertical, right? So your org chart is going to be you. It's going to be your face. And then right underneath you, it's going to be whatever. Could be a project manager if you're a one-man show and you got two guys or whatever, right? Like if you're the owner and you got your project manager. When it's you and a project manager and 2 or 3 trucks, bro, that's a $1 to $2 million business with less than 5 employees. That's a pretty easy business to run. That's called going deep, not wide. When you go wide, not deep, you've got a project manager and you've got one for content. You've got one for recon. You've got one for bio and trauma. You've got one for roofing division. You've got one for your hair and nail division for your spin up salon that you're doing out of the back of the warehouse. Okay, your contents division. And you understand those are all verticals, right? And you got one dude sitting on top. And how wide is that org chart? It goes down you and then it goes directly left and right, like off the page. Does that make sense? That's not what you want. And all that is an indictment that is showing you that you have not figured out how to master a channel of acquisition for jobs for any one of those verticals. And your answer is, well, let's just spin up another one. I can't make restoration work. Let's open a laundromat. And let's also open an SEO agency for marketing. And then we'll probably also start doing some skincare on the side and a multi-level marketing deal. Guys, if you didn't already know, the 2 biggest problems you're going to have in owning a restoration company are this. Number 1, getting consistent water damage jobs coming in the door. Number 2, getting paid what you're worth for those water damage jobs. For that reason, I'm addressing both those problems with these videos to my left or right. On one side, it's about getting jobs. On the other side, it's about getting paid. Go over there, click the link. I'll see you in the next video.